Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have our chief guest amidst us today, our Education and Sports Committee Coordinator, Member Board of Governors, Mr. Sarvotam Shetty. Please accord him a warm welcome with a rousing round of applause. We also welcome all our dignitaries who have made it to this day, to the grand occasion of the 45th annual day of Abu Dhabi Indian School. If we had no winter, the spring would not be so pleasant. If we had not sometimes taste of adversity, prosperity would not be so welcome. It's with immense pleasure that we welcome you all to the ADIS turf for the 45th annual day after 2 long years of online and virtual celebrations.
The broad sun is sinking down in tranquility. The glittering stars of the late evening dark blue sky announces the arrival of a great evening. I extend a warm and cordial welcome to all to this grand occasion as we celebrate the 45th annual day of Abu Dhabi Indian School. 50 years of Indo-UAE friendship and 75 years of India's independence, which is rightly being observed as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, celebrating the glorious history of its people, culture, and achievement over the past 75 years. What better way to commemorate this historic day than celebrate what India is best known for, its unity in diversity. ADIS, being a mini India, celebrates this togetherness in diversity with an array of cultural extravaganza.
Today, we also will get to witness some of the most cherishable moments of our lives when our hard work and endeavor to this institution and your long service and dedicated and commitment to this great portal of education will be honored and rewarded. We begin today's function by paying respects to this great nation that has been a second home to all of us. May I request our chief guest, Mr. Sarvotam Shetty, sir, to kindly hoist the UAE national flag. I request our principal, sir, vice principal, sir, to kindly accompany him. I request all of you to stand in attention. The hoisting of the flag will be followed by the national anthem of UAE and then the national anthem of India.
عيشي بلادي عاش اتحاد إماراتنا عشتي لشعب دينه الإسلام هديه القرآن حصنتك بسم الله يا وطن بلادي 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 بلاد حماك الإله شرور الزمان أقسمنا أن نبنينا من آمن نخلصنا ما عشنا نخلص دام الأمان وعاش العلم يا إماراتنا رمز العروبة كلنا نبنيك بالدماء نرويك نبنيك بالأرواح يا وطن
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
May I request all of you to take your seats? We will now invoke the blessings of the Almighty with the renditions from Holy Quran, from Surah Al-Mulk, shlokas from scriptures, recitation of Mula Mantra, and verses from the Bible.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. صدق الله العظيم.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Blessed is the one in whose hands resides all the authority, and he is the most capable of all things. Who has created life and death in order to test you which of you is the best in conduct, and he is the Almighty, the All-Forgiving. Who has created the 7 heavens, one above the other, in perfect harmony? You can't see any imperfection in the Beneficent One's creation. So look again. Can you see any flaws? Then look again and again. Your sight will return frustrated and weary. Wholly true are the words of Allah.
दुःखेष्वनो द्विग्नमनः सुखेषु विगतस्पृहः इसका अर्थ है दुखों की प्राप्ति होने पर जिसके मन में उद्वेग नहीं होता और सुखों की प्राप्ति होने पर जिसके मन में स्पृह नहीं होता तथा जो राग, भय और क्रोध से सर्वथा रहित हो गया है वह मननशील मनुष्य स्थिर बुद्धि कहा जाता है। धन्यवाद।
सत श्री अकाल। एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भय निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी से भो गुरु प्रसाद जब आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी सच सोचे सोच न होवे जे सोचे लखवार चुप्पे चुप न होवे जे लाय रहल वितार पुखिया पुख ना उतरी जे बन्ना पुरिया पार सहस्यान पालक होई तायक ना चले नान कि वे सचियारा होई कि वे कोड़े टूटे पार हुक्मर जाए चलना नानक लिखे आना। सत श्री अकाल।
The Bible reading for today is taken from Proverbs chapter 3 verses 1 to 8. My son, do not forget my teaching, but keep my commands in your heart. For they will prolong your life many years and bring you peace and prosperity. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and shun evil. This will bring health to your body and nourishment to your bones. Here ends the Bible reading. Praise be to Lord.
That was a beautiful and divine way to start the day's program, an auspicious beginning for a momentous occasion. The students who participated in the rendering are Arif Ahmed, Abid Ahmed, Nitya J, Vishnu B, Alyaza Shiraz, Naureen Nazida, and Gareth Pinto. Thank you, students, for your wonderful rendition. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome amidst us our chief guest of the day, Mr. Sarvotham Shetty, Education and Sports Committee Coordinator, Member Board of Governors, and all other distinguished guests, Mr. Abdullah Madhumole, Treasurer and Secretary to the Board of Governors, Mohan Jashanmal, Founder, Chairman of Abu Dhabi Indian School, Mr. Sharad Bhandari, Mr. Muralidharan, Members, Board of Governors, Mr. Abdullah Saleh, Director, Sidra Foundation, Mr. Natarajan, Mr. Krishna Kumar, Board Members, Mrs. Mary Matthew, our former headmistress, Abu Dhabi Indian School, all our distinguished principals and vice principals from schools of Abu Dhabi region, a hearty welcome to the 45th annual day of Abu Dhabi Indian School. It's our pleasure to welcome our chief guest of the day with a token of a love and affection. Please accept a green gift from our head boy, Master ADIS Shetty, and head girl, Miss Andrea Susantojo. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the heartiest welcome to our chief guest. Thank you, sir, for accepting the green token of love and affection from Abu Dhabi Indian School. We also extend our heartiest welcome to our dear parents who have made it here today to witness your awards performances. We are all glad to receive you on this beautiful occasion. We also extend a warm welcome to our senior leadership team led by our principal, sir, vice principal, sir, school coordinator, ma'am, headmaster, sir, headmistress, ma'am, supervisors, teachers, staff, and of course, our dear students. Once again, a warm welcome to each and every one of you to this great occasion.
On this grand occasion, we would also like to highlight the 50 years of Indo-UAE friendship based on age-old cultural, religious, and economic ties between the two nations. UAE is a melting pot for all the cultures and remains as an oasis of harmony and peaceful coexistence. We are at present witnessing a sweeping changes that encompasses openness to diversity. all across the region. It is hence apt that we observe this occasion as celebration of togetherness in diversity. The Indian diaspora being a vital part of this existence, I'm sure all of you will resonate with the feeling, mini India close to our hearts. As rightly mentioned by Gandhiji, our ability to reach unity in diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization. Wholehearted acceptance and celebration of diversity is what we will be following. On the eve of Gandhi Jayanti, we would also like to reminiscent the contribution of Mahatma Gandhi to India and the world at large. Gandhiji believed that the core value of religion was truth, satya, non-violence, ahimsa, and Gandhiji's political contributions offered us independence, but his ideologies enlightened India as well as the world for more than 150 years after his life. Every individual should follow the key Gandhian ideologies in their day-to-day life for a peaceful and harmonious existence. Now I invite Master Pedro to deliver the speech on Gandhi as an icon of peace and non-violence.
Generations to come will scarce believe that such a man as this one ever in flesh and blood walked upon this earth. A very good evening to the distinguished chief guest, Mr. Sarvodam Shetty, distinguished members of the Board of Governors, respected Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, School Coordinator Ma'am, Headmistress Ma'am, Headmaster Sir, members of the senior leadership team, parents, teachers, and my fellow peers. I am Pedro Fernandez of grade 11, and today it is my proud privilege to pay tribute to one of the greatest visionaries to walk this earth. Tomorrow, millions of people around the world will come together to celebrate the 153rd birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. The United Nations General Assembly has also rightly marked this day as the International Day of Non-Violence. Mahatma Gandhi's greatest achievement is that of creating a practical approach to ahimsa and non-violence, which were previously considered to be purely philosophical ideas. It was with these formidable weapons of truth, non-violence, and peace that Gandhiji successfully freed a country that had been subjugated under British rule for more than 200 years. This is what makes Mahatma Gandhi immortal in our hearts and minds. So, to honor this unflinchingly brave soul, let us take a pledge to uphold the values of truth, non-violence, and peace as we forge our paths in a world that is marred by violence and distress. After all, as Gandhiji said, we must be the change we wish to see in the world. Thank you.
That was Pedro Haley enlightening you on the importance of Gandhiji's principles in the modern world. Gandhiji, fondly known as Bapu, experimented with the organization of daily prayer meetings aimed at achieving reconciliation between the religions and different communities. During these meetings, Gandhiji encouraged community singing of popular bhajans. The bhajans highlight the importance of truth, patience, tolerance, and religious pluralism in a divided world. In general, the bhajans emphasize the ideals and virtues that everyone has to follow in their lives. Now we have our senior boys here, the choir singing a medley of Gandhiji's favorite bhajans, Vaishnav Janto, Raghupati Raghava, and so on. Over to the choir from senior boys.
ईश्वर का वो सच्चा बंदा जो पीर पराए रे। ईश्वर का वो सच्चा बंदा जो पीर पराई जाने रे। मानवता और परोपकार को अपना धर्म जो माने रे। ईश्वर का वो सच्चा बंदा जो पीर पराई जाने रे। मन में कपट का बाबर के ना, काम क्रोध को त्यागे रे। मन में कपट का बाबर के ना, काम क्रोध को त्यागे रे। बेर करे ना जग में किसी से, जोड़े प्रेम के धागे रे। ईश्वर का वो सच्चा बंदा जो पीर पराई जाने रे। ईश्वर का वो सच्चा बंदा जो। वैष्णव जन तो देने कही गज, पीर पराई जाने रे। वैष्णव जन तो देने कही गज। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तो सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तो सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम, सबको सन्मति दे भगवान। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सिया राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सिया राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सिया राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सिया राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सिया राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सिया राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सिया राम। राम राम जय राजा राम, राम राम जय सिया राम। वैष्णव जन तो तेने कही जे पीर पराई जाने रे
Thank you, boys, for the wonderful rendition. A word not spoken is a word well written. A feeling unknown is poetry within. These are the words of our budding poetess, Miss Sanchita Pradeep of grade 12. Ethereal, comprising of 205 poems, dwells on the extremes, dark side of life, and light poetry on friendship. The book was published by Current Books and was showcased in Sharjah Book Fair. May I now request our chief guest to unveil the book for the ADIS family. I request our chief guest to kindly do the honors. I request our principal sir, vice principal sir, headmistress Huma Maheswari ma'am, Miss Santita and her parents to accompany our chief guest. Big round of applause for the budding poetess. Now I request Sanchita to share her feelings on this momentous occasion.
One battle after another, one hurdle at a time, a single grain of knowledge feeds a million minds. Good evening. I am Sanchita Pradeep from class 12D. I have been writing for years now, until I finally got the chance to step on it and complete my first book during the pandemic. Although publishing my poems was not on my bucket list, encouraging friends and parents convinced me to do it. The idea was out of the blue, but the prospect of my work being out in public was both daunting and appealing. On 12th November 2021, my first book, Ethereal, was published at the Sharjah International Book Fair by DC Current Books. The poem contains 205 poems along with some of my artwork. When I was asked to talk about what motivated me to write the book here on today's stage, I thought about it and realized that I didn't have a particular reason to write my poems, other than being stuck at home with my own thoughts during the pandemic. The intense need to express myself in my confinement turned into poems. A sentence can transport you to a world away from the reality that we have created for ourselves. The pen flows, and the writer brings this world to reality. Here are some fragments of the world that I created and a little bit of the reality that I'm forced to put up with. I would like to thank Principal Sir for giving me the opportunity to release my book on the school annual day. On this stage, 5 years ago, was a girl who made me want to publish and believe in myself. Without the efforts of the Principal Sir, she would not have been there, and I would not be here right now. I am not a girl who came from nothing, someone who turned her life around, but if I had to tell my friends something, it would be to use your time preciously and do things that make you happy and content. But at the same time, don't overwork yourself. Success is supposed to build you, not break you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanchita. Under the External Outreach Program, students and members of Prakriti, the School Environmental Club, have spearheaded the campaign forward. They've held various programs that include the Infinity Loop, the Human Chain, with around 8,000 people to reach out to the larger section of society. Now, 4 years into the campaign, we are here again with yet another novel initiative, Save the Water app. The app has been developed by a group of grade 12 students led by Utkarsh Gupta, along with Austin Phillip, Abdullah Jalil, Devraj, Devamsh, Jaykumar. I request Devansh and Utkar Gupta to brief the audience about the app.
A very good evening to our respected Chief Guests, Board of Governors, distinguished guests, Principal Sir, Vice Principal Sir, members of the senior leadership team, teachers, and dear parents.
I am Utkarsh Gupta, and this is Devamsh Ajay Kumar.
And we are present here today to share with you the fruit of our labor.
I would like to begin by asking you all a question. How much on an average do you think a household wastes water in just 1 year?
Any answers?
Maybe around 10,000 liters in a year. Is it correct?
Any other guesses?
Is it like 30,000 in a year?
Well, you're all very close. 45,000. That is right. 45,000 liters of water is the average amount of water that a household depletes in just 1 year. That is enough water for a grown man to consume for 33 years. We as the community have done nearly nothing to bring that number down, with it being one of the most prevalent issues of our times. Under the guidance of our respected Principal Sir, we, the Abu Dhabi Indian School Murur, under the Hold That Drop initiative, have brought this very issue into light that is plaguing our community. With all that being said, it's with great pride and joy we bring to you the fruit of our labor, the Save Water app.
Have you ever wanted to know how much water you consume in 1 day? How about how much of it you waste? How does your water usage compare to the average? Do you consume more, less, or just as much as the average user? It has never been easier than this. The Save Water app enables you to find exactly that. One of the many functionalities of the app is to track your water usage, either by simply scanning your ADIS water bill or by answering a few simple questions to get a good estimate. This allows you to track your water usage and provides you reliable and valuable tips on how to reduce it, saving both the environment and your valuable money. As a wise man once said, the more the merrier. The Save Water app comes with an events page that showcases events in and around your community, enabling you to start your own journey in saving water. The app also comes with a gallery page, which shares memories of past events, as well as shows snapshots of events other users have both attended and learned through. With all that being said, it has truly been an honor to present this app in front of everyone present here. We, the app development team, would like to extend our sincere gratitude and appreciation to Team ADIS for their continued support throughout the development process of the app. Water is the elixir of life. Therefore, we implore that everyone present here download the Save Water app, coming soon to the Apple App Store and Google Play Store, and begin your own journeys in saving water. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.
That was Devamsh Ajay Kumar and Utkarsh Gupta introducing the water saving app to you all. And we are glad to note that the message has gone down so well with our young people, and they are assiduously working on saving water with the community as well. Moving on, as the famous quote goes, great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things. Excellence in education and fostering the love of learning has been the hallmark of Abu Dhabi Indian School. The quality of school life is determined by its activities. ADIS truly believes that physical as well as mental activities play a vital role in building a bright future for our children. A plethora of curricular and co-curricular activities ensure the same all the year round.
Today we have gathered here to acknowledge the success achieved by the sheer hard work and perseverance of our students under the expert guidance of their respective mentors, monitored by a competent senior leadership team, and led by the school management. I take great pride and pleasure to invite the person who always dreams big, acts big, believes big, our respected principal, sir. I request our principal, sir, to present the annual school report. I request the head boy, Master ADIS Shetty, and head girl, Miss Andrea Tojo, to escort the principal, sir.
Good evening, Masaul Khair, Sat Sri Akal, and Namaskar. This is what the theme is of today. Vidya, Vitark, Vigyan, Smriti, Tatparta Kriya. ये यस है सद्गुण सत्यसा निसाध्यमति वर्ते. Translation: education, logic, science, memory, initiation, and work. A person who has all 6 virtues, nothing is unachievable for him. When the world is in the midst of change, when adversity and opportunity are almost indistinguishable, this is the time for visionary leadership. And when leaders need to look beyond the survival needs of those they are serving. Tomorrow, Sunday, October 2nd, the nation pays homage to Mahatma Gandhi and our former Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri Ji. What will be, as the occasion coincides with Azadi Ka Maha Utsav, where India is celebrating 75 years of independence. On October 2nd every year, Mahatma Gandhi is remembered not only in India, but all over the world. He remains a source of inspiration for all humanity. His life story empowers and strengthens the weaker section of the society. His message of truth, non-violence, and love paved the way for the welfare of the world by bringing harmony and equality in the society. His values were as relevant yesterday as are today, and will remain so in the future. May Bapu's ideals keep guiding us in creating a prosperous and compassionate world. On behalf of our school fraternity, I extend a deep sense of gratitude to all the rulers of this great country, our second home. Firstly, I would like to accord my deep gratitude and appreciation to the founding father of UAE, the late President, His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, may his soul rest in peace, for being a catalyst in shaping this wonderful country. Also would like to pay tribute to the late His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, may his soul rest in peace, the second president of UAE. He served as the president of UAE from 2004 until 13th May 2022. He also served as the ruler of the Emirates of Abu Dhabi. I extend my hearty congratulations to the new and the third president of UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the UAE. In his first speech, he urged the students to dream big and never stop learning, and urged them to excel, be determined, set goals, and realize their ambitions. He also reiterated the role of school in nurturing young people's ambition and has made a special mention to teachers and all those working in the education sector for the invaluable role they play in the UAE society. Moreover, he stressed the need that education does not take place only in school, but also requires participation of families and the whole of the society to help us achieve our goals and ambition. God bless him in all his future endeavors so as to guide all of us and the entire community of UAE to reach greater heights. We welcome our chief guest, Mr. Sarvotam Shetty, sir, Coordinator, Education and Sports Committee, Shri Mohan Jashanmalji, Founder, Chairman of the Board, distinguished members of the Board of Governors, Mr. Abdullah Madhumule, Treasurer and Secretary, Board of Governors, Mr. Sharad Bhandari, and Mr. Muralidharan, Member of Board of Governors, Mr. Abu Saleh, Director, Sedra Foundation, distinguished board members of various organizations, Principal and Vice Principal of Abu Dhabi School, guests, parents, SLT staff, and my dear students. According to Upanishads, human being cannot live without challenge. We cannot live without meaning. Everything ever achieved, we owe to the inexplicable urge to reach beyond our grasp, do the impossible, and know the unknown. Stepping into the land of opportunity with anticipation and eagerness to earn money like every other common man, with his hard work and dedication and determination to succeed. And it is fair to say that whatever he touched has turned into gold and has also been the witness to the UAE progress. From oil exporter to one of the world's burgeoning destinations that specializes in different business sector, he is truly a legendary and an entrepreneur par excellence and involved in many social, charitable, humanitarian activities, both in India as well as all over the world. He is truly a blessed soul who is none other than our respected chairman, Dr. Yusuf Ali M.A., Padam Shri recipient. Give a big hand for sir. For the educators, the COVID-19 pandemic is a quintessential, adaptive, and transformative challenge, one for which there is no pre-configured playbook that can guide appropriate responses. In the sphere of education, many of the measures that have been adopted in response to the crisis are related to the suspension of face-to-face classes at all levels, which has been given rise to three main areas of action: the deployment of distance learning modalities through a variety of format and platforms, the support and training of educational personnel, and concern for the health and overall well-being of students. Despite these challenges, ADIS Muru's staff did what they always do, rise to the challenge, taking a strength-based approach and employing a can-do attitude to ensure that we minimize the impact of these lockdowns on our students' education as much as possible. Teachers did an outstanding job of planning and delivering a quality distance learning program via various platforms, supported by definitely our IT staff. It was impressive how teachers thought outside the box to create learning experiences that were meaningful and relevant for students. Delivering distance learning was not an easy for all teachers. And the way teachers worked it out collaboratively enabled a consistency of practice across all classes. Teachers who were more expert than others provided after-school workshops for others in some of the new digital tools they were using. Microsoft Teams, planned together and shared activity. This is a great example of how school culture supports effective collaboration to strengthen successful outcome of our learners. While the lockdowns were a significant aspect of 2021 and deserve special mention, they were not the totality of the year. much was still accomplished in relation to our school goals and targets. This report to our community. A big thank you to the entire teaching staff of ADIS. I place my gratitude to all the teachers through this quote, which says as follows: being a teacher is rarely an easy job, but no one does it as well as you. Thank you. Your work is endlessly appreciated. Learning is not the product of teaching. Learning is the product of activity of learners. There is always a podium laid for every individual in a school to dream, to desire, to determine, to decide their destiny. ADIS Murur is one of the best in discovering every approach as flared to bloom into vibrant colors with gratitude to God. A continuous journey of 47 years. The future belongs to those who believe in beauty and their dream. With a deep sense of exhilaration and delectation, I present the annual report of the year 21-22. Academic excellence scaling new heights. On this exuberant moment, I thank each and every one for your relentless support and encouragement, the dedication and the untiring efforts that have taken ADIS to the towering heights of success and accomplishments. From the humble beginning made in 1975, we have crossed many historic milestones. And today, our school is a dream destination for students, teachers and parents alike. As we approach the end of the academic year and our 47 years of service towards providing quality education since its inception, I take this opportunity to thank the Almighty for His abundant, ineffable blessings and guidance. I would just like to share the accomplishments as far as academic is concerned. The toppers for grade 12. The overall topper, school topper, was Darshan Kamal Chand with 98%, commerce section. Aryan Gupta with 97.8 in the science, and the third place by Pearl Jimmy of science with 97.4. As far as the grade 10th is concerned, the first position was by Anagha with 98.6, Anu Kirtana with 98.4, Ria Shamir with 98.4, both taking the second position, and the third position by Hana Fatima with 98.2. Our initiatives at ADIS is that the students talk about their own and school achievements. In this line, I would like to invite our talented head girl, Miss Andrea Susan, to share the further details of academic achievement, which will be followed by our versatile head boy, Adish, who will be talking about cultural and sports activity. Over to Andrea.
Thank you, sir. I wish to begin with our performance on the academic front. We are delighted to share with you the details of the commendable performance of our students in Class 12 and Class 10 at the CBSE board examinations held in March 2022. Let me start with the boy shift toppers. For the science stream, we have Aryan Gupta coming in first position with 97.8%. We then have Darren Clancy coming in second position with 96.8%. And Dhruv Gandhi coming in third position with 96.4%. Moving on to the commerce stream, we have Darshan Kamal Chand coming in first position with 98%. Christian Shaji coming in second position with 93%. And Sheikh Akbar coming in third position with 90.8%. Now for the girl shift toppers. For the science stream, we have Pearl Jimmy coming in first position with 97.4%. Malvika Mahesh and Vanshika Ganju tying for second position with 96.6%, and Siddhi Sri Kumar and Sujata Hariharan coming in third position with 96%. Moving on to the commerce stream, we have Esther J coming in first position with 95.8%. We have Dwani Shah coming in second position with 94.4%, and Fatima Zayed coming in third position with 93.6%. There are students who scored a perfect score of 100 in the following subjects. For computer science, we have 6 students, mathematics 4, chemistry 2, psychology 2, business studies 2, and accountancy 1. 131 students out of 194 have secured above 75% in the science stream, and 52 out of 96 have secured above 75% in the commerce stream. Now, moving on to the students of class 10. 245 of a total of 359 students who appeared for the board examinations scored above 75%. Starting with our girl shift toppers, we have Anaga Padmakumar coming in first position with 98.6%. Anu Kirtana Ligosh and Ria Shamir tied for the second position, coming in 98.4%, and Hana Fatima Sharaf coming in third position with 98.2%. Next, we have the boy shift toppers. Zayan Qasim comes in first position with 97.8%. Rishikesh Padye comes in second position with 97.4%. And Abid Ahmed comes in third position with 97.2%. There are students who scored a perfect 100 in the following subjects: 9 for mathematics, 9 for science, 1 for social science, and 3 for CBSE Arabic. Coming to the examinations, ASSET is an ADIC-mandated international benchmark assessment conducted in English, Maths, Science for the students of grade 3 to 10. 2,632 students registered for the assessment. Now for the results. 4 students were selected as UA toppers: Abid Ahmed, Rishikesh Padye, Spandan Chakrabarti, and Jania Bhatt, all from grade 10. Outstanding performance was secured by the following students for English: 31, 44 for science, 27 for math, and 1 student for social science. For the second round, 437 students were selected for the ASSET talent search. Out of them, we have 6 gold scholars, 7 silver scholars, 5 bronze scholars, and 61 scholars. The International Olympiad Foundation conducted by Olympiads in various subjects in English, Maths, Science, Physics, Chemistry, Biology, and Artificial Intelligence and Economics. We had an overall 262 registrations. Now for the results. Madhav Vibhu Bose of grade 7 won bronze medal for science at the 18th International Mathematics and Science Olympiad held virtually from the 14th to the 19th of December 2021. 41 students from grades 1 to 7 scored the first top 10 ranks in the UAE. 26 students from grades 8 to 12 secured the top 10 ranks in the UAE, and 27 students from grades 1 to 12 secured the top 3 ranks in the UAE. The Shastra Pratibha contest is a science talent search organized by the Science India Forum UA chapter for grades 5 to 12. We had a total of 51 registrations. Out of them, 22 students reached the intermediate level of the contest. Prajna was a UA-level quiz contest on 100 years of pre-independence era conducted by the Science India Forum UA chapter. Now for the results. Faisal Sheikh of grade 6 boys won first place in the quiz contest, and he also was among the top finalists along with Anusmita Khatua. Mathematics and computing contests by the Faculty of Mathematics, University of Waterloo our school has collaborated with the Faculty of Mathematics, University of Waterloo, in conducting mathematics and computing contests. In 2021, a total of 16 registrations were there for various contests like the Canadian Senior Mathematics Contests, Canadian Intermediate Mathematics Contests, Canadian Computing Competition, and Euclid. Siddharth Suresh of grade 11 won the topper medal for CSMC, and Rujul Malhotra won distinction certificate for the same. Jaiswal Arya of grade 10 won the topper medal for CIMC, while Spandan Chakrabarti received distinction certificate for the same. Siddharth Suresh of grade 11 won distinction and topper medal for Euclid. Artificial Intelligence Olympiad. Our school received the Best Performance Trophy based on the performance of 3 consecutive years for this competition. Faisal Sheikh of grade 6 won international rank 1. Dwani Shah of grade 9 won international rank number 9. And 24 students from the school received a merit certificate. Now handing over to ADIS Shetty, our head boy.
Thank you, Principal Sir. Thank you, Andrea. For the achievements of the students on the track and field, our school took part in Abu Dhabi School Champions competition. The Abu Dhabi Schools Champions competition is the first intramural school tournament for all public and private schools of Abu Dhabi, Al Ain, and Al Dhafra region, encouraging the youth to be active, gain tournament exposure at world-class standards. Over 4,500 participants from 200 schools took part in the competition. Our school athletes took part in football, basketball, handball, and athletics in all 3 cycles. Our Cycle 3 boys won 3rd place in football and handball. They were coached by Day Sir and Shaker Sir. Cycles 1, 2, and 3 athletics team won the overall championship. The girls won a total of 7 gold medals, 4 silver, and 1 bronze medal. They were coached by Sanju ma'am. The boys team won a total of 3 gold medals, 5 silver medals, and 1 bronze medal. They were coached by Mr. Dinesh Sir and Sabiha ma'am. Overall, our school won a total of 10 gold medals, 9 silver, and 2 bronze medals in athletics. 9 students, comprising of 8 girls and 1 boy, accompanied by their PE teacher and principal sir, for the winner's trip to Spain, Madrid. The list of the gold winners selected for the Spain trip are Zahra Aisha, Vaishnavi Palini Vail, Neta Santosh, Kate Cardoza, Asma Abdullah, Shri Bhavya, Elna Syed, Anusmita Katwa, and Niket Vinesh. In badminton, Master Kameshwaran of class 12 had represented UAE at an international level in the ISF Gymnaside held in Normandy, France, in May of 2022, and secured the 13th position in under-19 boys singles. Please give a huge round of applause for our athletes. Moving on to the training programs attended by the staff. Technology in Education by M.M. Pant Sir on 16th of August 2021. Integration of Current Affairs and General Awareness in the Academic Curriculum by Mr. Ansh Prasad Sir on 17th of August 2021. The teachers of the middle section attended the NEP 2020 webinar conducted by Next Education on 25th May 2021. Abu Dhabi Indian School had hosted a session with Dr. V.S. Ravindran on understanding childhood depression on 28th of October 2021, which was attended by more than 200 CBSE schools across the globe. These are few of the training programs attended by the staff. Next up, the CBSE Wellbeing Program. The objectives of the program are to empower the students for wellness and life skills, to build the inclusive environment, and to improve the environment for a healthy and happy school. The Wellbeing Ambassadors are Swati Shri Kumar, Ayush Harish, Mehak Aisha Suhin, and Vishwalochan Senthil Kumar. They had participated along with the social workers and our school counselor. All 4 Wellbeing Ambassadors got the opportunities to impart their knowledge and experience to other trainee student batches from all across India and Gulf countries. Saida Zareen Kidwai ma'am, the school social worker, has been appointed as a mentor trainer for CBSE Wellbeing Training Program. Now moving on to the debate, Andrea Susan and Celisha Karen of Class 12 represented the school on an international level at the St. John's All India International Debate held in Chandigarh in the month of August. Celisha won the Best Interjector Award. Now, about CTAP. New education policy has laid a huge emphasis on promoting out-of-the-box thinking among students. To achieve this goal, the role of a teacher is highly significant. The teachers should become mentors and guide these young minds in the pursuit of innovation and entrepreneurship. With this aim, the School Innovation Ambassador program has been conceptualized by the Ministry of Education, Innovation Cell, and the All India Council for Technical Education to train school teachers across the country, who will nurture young school students on ideation, IPR, product development, design thinking, problem solving, and critical thinking. 4 of our teachers from ADIS attended and completed the CTAP training and are appointed as School Innovation Ambassadors. Sureka Nair ma'am, Vinita Upadhyay ma'am, Sitarama Lakshmi ma'am, and Dinesh Gopinathan sir. On to the new initiatives launched by our school. On 1st of May, ADIS held the World Water Day Awards under the Hold That Drop campaign. The winners from intra and inter-school competitions were awarded during the ceremony. Kakli Sen Sharma ma'am put an exhibit on the Jal Tarang, which was apt to the title of the award. ADIS introduced code training program for students from grades 1 to 12, called the Code Tiger program, Partner School program, to enhance IT skills in students. A virtual orientation session was held on 12 June 2021. A trial session was held for the registered students to check for and solve technical issues on 16th of June in Teams at 9 a.m. For grades 9 and 10, classes will happen on all Thursdays from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And for grades 11 and 12, all Saturdays from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. We focused on digital learning activities and the development of critical thinking among students to enhance the learning and interactive skills in students with e-learning kept in mind. Moving on to the wellness program. A health checkup was organized in the school clinic for the members of the SLT, support and admin staff on 27th of May, 2021. Now to mention some of our student achievements, Nakshatra Prem of Class 2 was a child ambassador and was invited for a virtual summit on SDGs organized by Connect Aid to present her views and thoughts. The ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand was present. Nakshatra's speech was applauded by all. Anusmita Katwa of grade 8B participated in Prajna UAE level quiz contest online by Science India Forum, the Sharjah chapter, on 11th and 18th September 2021. Inara Mohammed won the first place in the International Toys from Trash Sinovation 21 Inter-School competition. Now to honor the list of students who have been accepted into top foreign universities in the batch of 2020 to 21. We have Alison De Mello, who got accepted into the University of Waterloo, Canada. Soumya Srinivasan in the National University of Singapore. Ayush Mehul Joshi, Stalin Pinto, and Saif Patel in the University of British Columbia, Canada. Rohan Bajaj in the Boston University. Akhilesh Kumar in University of Washington, USA. Aryan Prabhu and Sashi Kiran Valsa in Vancouver Island University. Nandana Raghunath in Aston University, Birmingham, UK. Namita Totil in Hull York Medical School, UK. Samiksha Doreraj in University of Birmingham. Simarjeet Singh Pannu in University of Wisconsin, Madison. Kushali Shreyas Shah in University of California, San Diego. Ishani Kurmude in University of Waterloo, Canada. Nija Kumar
in Szeged University, Hungary. And Mohammad Hassan Chowdhury, Kunal Rao, Ramnath Gijraj, and Samir Vittal in Alberta University, Edmonton, Alberta. Now, handing over to our respected principal, sir.
Thank you, Andrea and Adish. There are endless achievements for the school. It was a glimpse of that. Definitely, the datas are long, but we have to do it for our children. We can't help it. So thank you for the patience. Coming to my last concluding part, maybe there is a road ahead of it. Maybe there is a new world down the road. Walking forth is the only plight, because we didn't come this far to come this far only. A heart filled with aspiration is all that we knew since the very existence of the school. And that is what gave us the ambition of marching forward till excellence is achieved in all our endeavors. This report is comprised of the achievements made during the year gone by, in spite of all the limitations, and I'm sure you can understand all the problems, but still children's spirit never fade away. And at the same time, set the path of greater accomplishments in the year to come. We have made great efforts to transform ourselves completely into this ever-changing need. Apart from preparing the children to qualify for purely academic demands, special efforts are being made continuously to enable them to face the challenges of the competitive world. It's a matter of great importance to us that the students who pass out from our portal, as what you have seen the list, should carry forward the values they have inherited, excel in whatever they do, and be the role model in the society. Aristotle rightly said that educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Value-based education is given for self-development and personality development. This is done with the aim to inculcate in students values like honesty, gratitude, forgiveness, kindness. In addition, throughout the school year, on every working day, assemblies are being conducted on a wide variety of value-based themes and topics. It will be incomplete without my word of gratitude to all the stakeholders. On behalf of the entire Indian community, I would like to thank His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the UAE and the ruler of Abu Dhabi, for the love and affection and hospitality being extended to the entire Indian community. Concluding words are inadequate to express our heartfelt gratitude to each one of you. We wish to express our most sincere gratitude and heartfelt thanks to all those who contributed their might to the making of this glorious institution. I would like to place here my sincere gratitude to all the board members, all the chairmen and the members of the board who have continuously been supporting and giving a free hand to work. Thank you, sir, for sparing all your time and coming here. Since inception, we have been blessed with visionary leaders whose imagination, insight, and courage to bring in the best in teachers and students and staff and united them around a shared sense of purpose. Our thanks are due in small measures to them. Always we are extremely grateful to the Board of Governors, headed by our beloved chairman, Sir Dr. Yusuf Ali M.A., who has been the inspiration from its inception for his invigorating guidance and strong support to the institution. I especially reminisce the great and selfless work rendered by the former principals. I take this opportunity to express a word of special credit, requital, my deep indebtedness and appreciation thank to my Vice Principal, Mr. Ravindra Tata, Activity Coordinator, and all the SLT members for their efficient managerial skills, hard work, and cooperation. You always stand as a strong pillar of support in all my endeavors. Thank you so much. The school is fortunate to have a team of committed, competent, and dedicated teachers whose passion for teaching and love for the school has played a vital role in every one of our achievement. Today, you will be witnessing the love where they have spent decades for the school, led by Mrs. Parvati, who has completed 35 years and getting the award. And of course, there are others. It's not easy. It's not easy to dedicate so honestly and sincerely. Thank you, everybody. I also wish to thank Mr. Bennett and his team, and of course the non-teaching staff, the support staff, who work relentlessly at the back end of the smooth functioning of the school. Today's function, I'm sure you can understand, the efforts are there to completely work it out for all of us. We are privileged to partner with enthusiastic, engaged parents whose trust, understanding, and unstinted support has been a great source of motivation to us. So many of them are here to watch their children perform today and, of course, receive the award. Thank you for being here in number. And, of course, it's our students who made all efforts truly, meaningfully, and rewarding by their significant efforts to do their best in becoming knowledgeable, skilled, and responsible citizens. We are proud of each and every one of them. Thank you, students, for keeping the glory of the school for decades. For education to be completed, it must include not only the training of the intellect, but also the refinement of the heart and the discipline of the spirit. Through explicit and implicit school-based activities, we provide conscious, relevant opportunities to enable our young learners to acquire knowledge, skill, and the habit of mind and heart that will develop them into a confident, creative, as well as active, informed citizen. This report is much more than a statement of the school's activities and achievements in the last academic year. It is a reflection of the school ethos, an expression of the conviction and faith which we pursue our goals, and the very spirit which we at present work. We work as a team to maintain, enhance the glorious tradition of this great institution. With that, let us foresee a world of universal singularity where our children are going to be the propellant of this change, and the world shall be a beautiful place to live in. Just a brief about today's program. As already been described, it is together in diversity. We all know our second home, UAE, has been giving best the accommodation for all of us, irrespective of the country, irrespective of faith, irrespective of belief. And we are just giving a small insight about the culture of our home country also. Thank you. I hope it was a little long, but we required it. Thank you so much.
Wasn't that a very exhaustive report that we were just listening to, the achievements of Abu Dhabi Indian School during the academic year 2021-22? Thank you very much, sir, for the detailed report. I also thank ADIS Shetty and Andia Susan for presenting the elaborate report for us. Excellence is never an accident. It's always a result of high intention, sincere efforts, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, and not chance, determines your destiny. So said Aristotle, the great thinker, philosopher. Today we honor the outstanding performances of our students who have been toiling consistently over the many years that they are at school, and ultimately culminated with excellent performance at the board CBSE Grade 10 and Grade 12 exams. It's my pleasure to welcome our chief guest of the day, Sir Sarvottam Shetty, sir, to kindly come on stage. and distribute the awardees, their certificates. I also request our principal sir, vice principal sir, to kindly escort our chief guest to the stage. We begin with the school topper for the academic session 2021-22. Darshan Kamal Chand from the commerce stream, securing 98%. He's been awarded a cash prize of 1,000 dirhams and a certificate. Unfortunately, he and his family are in India. We'll move on. The second position is Aryan Gupta from science stream, securing 97.8%. He too is awarded a cash prize of 1,000 dirhams and a certificate. We see on stage Aryan Gupta receiving his award from our chief guest. In the third position is Ms. Pearl Jimmy of science stream, securing 97.4%. She too is awarded a book and a certificate.
Going by the tradition, let's begin by felicitating the girl toppers of grade 12 science stream. In the first place, we have Pearl Jimmy, with 97.4%. In the second position, we have Malvika Mahesh Nair and Vanshika with 96.6%. Vanshika is not here. Her father is here to receive the prize. Third position is shared by Siddhi Shiv Kumar and Sujata Hariharan. We have Sujata Hariharan parent to receive the award. Unfortunately, Siddhi is not here to receive the prize. Moving on to the commerce stream, we have Esther J in the first position with 95.8%. We have a mother receiving the award. In the second position is backed by Danvi Shah with 94.4%. In the third position, we have Fahima with 93.6%. Now it's time to felicitate and acknowledge the students who have scored a perfect 100 in the subjects along with their mentors. We have Malvika Mahesh Nair for chemistry. She is guided by Mrs. Minnie Derrin, HOD, Department of Chemistry. Next, we have Zeel Patel for computer science. She was mentored by HOD of computer science, Mrs. Juhi Syed. Unfortunately, Zeel is not here to receive the award, but here we have the HOD herself, Mrs. Juhi Syed, receiving the award. Next, we have Pearl Jimmy. For mathematics, she has scored 100%. She was coached by Mrs. Sharon Thomas. Next, we have Bhavna Deskan for accountancy. She was trained by Mrs. Asha Shetty. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Bhavna, who has again scored a century. She has another century to her credit, and it is in business studies. Please welcome her mentor, Mrs. Sita Ramalakshmi, HOD of Commerce. Well, we have 300s in psychology. Yes, Devananda Manoj, Meher Fatima, Sunaina Subarna Rai. Well, it is undoubtedly a proud moment for their guide and mentor, Mrs. Elizabeth Matthew. We have the parents of Devananda, Meher and Sunaina receiving the award. Yes, that's a proud teacher, Mrs. Elizabeth Matthew, receiving the award. Congratulations, dear students and their teachers. Next, we have the subject toppers for grade 12. We have Pearl Jimmy and Sujata Hariharan with 99 marks in biology. A big round of applause, audience. We have Sujata's parents receiving the award. Yeah, we have Esther J. and Vilena Julian, who have secured 98 marks in IP. Over to Jayashree ma'am for the announcement of boys section toppers.
Thank you, Divya ma'am. We move on with the boys shift toppers. We begin with Aryan Gupta, the winner of first position in grade 12 science, 97.8%. In the second place, this is Aryan Gupta with 97.8%, the topper in science stream. In the second place is Darren Clancy Vegas with 96.8%. The boy shift topper, Darren Clancy, his parent accepting the award on behalf of our student. And in the third place is Dhruv Kiran Gandhi with 96.4%, taking the third position amongst the boys section science stream. Dhruv's parent accepting the award and certificate on behalf of the child. Thank you, ma'am. Moving on to grade 12 commerce. The first position is Darshan Kamal Chand with 98%. He's not here with us. Christian Han Shaji with 93%, coming second in the commerce stream from the boys section. Christian's parent is here to receive the award and the certificate. And in the third place, our students have already joined their courses back in India and elsewhere. The third place is Sheikh Sahir Akbar with 90.8%, the overall third position in the commerce stream. Congratulations, Sheikh Sahir, and all the best. Moving on to 100% scorers from the boys section, grade 12. We begin with computer science. Aritra Ghosh of grade 12A for 100% in computer science. It's my honor to welcome the parent of Aritra Ghosh. There are 5 students from the computer science department. May I call upon the teacher, Mrs. Lakshmi Sunil, for coaching the students. 5 of our students have secured 100% in computer science. A beautiful moment, my dear parents. Let's give it to the teacher. May I request the teacher to stay on? I call upon Dhruv Kiran Gandhi with 100% in computer science from grade 12A. Proud parent. And we have Aniket Srinivaskini from grade 12B. We have the parent of Aniket here to receive the certificate. All coached by Mrs. Lakshmi Sunil. And in the fourth, we have Aryan Gupta from grade 12B. Aryan Gupta is a repeat performer. He is also the science topper. He has 100% in computer science. And we have Darren Clancy Vegas from grade 12B. Parent is here to receive the award and the certificate. May I request for a big round of applause for the students, the parents, as well as the teacher, Mrs. Lakshmi Sunil, for this beautiful achievement, a wonderful, groundbreaking record, I should say. All 5 from the same section, grade 12A, and 3 from grade 12B, but all coached by the same teacher, Mrs. Lakshmi Sunil. Wonderful moment. After many 99s, this is a proud moment indeed to get a full-fledged 5 performers with top score in computer science. No mean act, I should say. Persistence and continuous practice, rigorous coaching, and thorough follow-up, I should say, has contributed to this immense success. Thank you, sir. Thank you, teacher. Thank you all, dear parents. Moving on to mathematics. We have 100%. May I request Aryan Gupta, please come on stage once again. Master Aryan Gupta with 100% in mathematics. In grade 12B, I request his master, Mr. Francis Verghese, to kindly come on stage to receive his certificate and share this special honor, a moment with our chief guest, requesting Aryan Gupta to stay on. I also call upon Darren Vegas from grade 12B, parent of Darren Vegas. Darren Vegas, please come on stage to accept the award and the certificate. Both Aryan and Darren have been coached by Mr. Francis Verghese for their 100% in mathematics at grade 12. Congratulations, sir, and the proud student and parent. Thank you. Moving on, we also have Darshan Kamal Chand with 100% in mathematics, and I call upon his master, Mr. Mohammed Mazhar Sharif, to take this honor to receive the certificate from our chief guest. Congratulations, sir, for coaching our student to secure 100%. Moving on, we have in chemistry 100%. I call upon once again Darren Vegas. Parents, please come over. I also call upon Mrs. Preeti Prashant, the teacher who guided and mentored the boy for his 100% in chemistry. A beautiful moment. Indeed, a proud achievement. It's no mean act to get a perfect score at the boards. Calls upon so much of concentration, thorough practice, and 100% accuracy to secure that perfect score. God blessings. We move on to 100% in psychology. Gifton Abraham Raj, parent, is here to receive the award. I also call upon Mr. Dharmendra Sharma. Sir has mentored the boy for his 100% in psychology. Congratulations to the parent as well as sir for training the student. Proud moment indeed. It's a single moment on the stage, but it takes ages and days of hard work for this glorious achievement. Moving on to business studies. Moving on to business studies, we have Siddharth Gopakumar Pillai with 100%. We have the proud parent of Siddharth Gopakumar to receive the certificate and the award. May I also call upon Mr. Pranav Unikrishnan, who has trained the boy for this commendable achievement. Congratulations, sir, and our dear parent for this beautiful achievement. Moving on to the subject toppers of grade 12 from the boys section, we have in English 98% marks, and it's none other than Darshan Kamal Chand. Unfortunately, the boy is not here. We move on to Aryan Gupta with a 99% marks in physics. Calling upon Aryan once again. Congratulations, Aryan. Moving on, we have, I'm sure they will go on to make history for us. We have a 99 marks in economics, and it is none other than Darshan Kamal Chand. He has already joined his course, so he's not here with us. May I invite Divya ma'am, please take over.
This year, we could see the girl power in action, a proud moment for the Girl Shift, as they bagged the overall School Toppers Award for grade 10. The school overall toppers and Girl Shift toppers for the academic year 2021-22 for grade 10 are, in the first position we have Anaga Padmakumar with an excellent score of 98.6%. She is the overall school topper as well as the Girl Shift topper. A proud moment indeed. In the second position, we have Kirtana KL and Ria Shamir with 98.4%. We have Anukirtana's father receiving the award on our behalf. Thank you, sir. We have Ria Shamir, again, in the second position with 98.4%. In the third position is again shared. Okay, we have Hana Fatima Ashraf, who is unable to attend the function, and Fatima Azmeen with 98.2%. Now let's honor the students who have scored a perfect 100 along with their teachers. Afreen Rahmat of 10A scored 100 marks in CBSE Arabic. Her mentor was Mrs. Anisa P. I request her teacher to come on stage. We have 3 students who have secured centum in mathematics. Hana Fatima Ashraf, she's absent today, but she was trained by Mrs. Danya Prakash. May I request Mrs. Danya Prakash to come on stage? Then we have Anaga Padmakumar. She was guided by Mrs. Shamna. There goes the second centum. And then we have Aunt Sara Manoj, who was mentored by Mrs. Meena Sanjeev. Now we have 5 students who have secured 100 marks in science. We have Vismaya Mohan Kumar. Her mother is here to receive the award on her behalf. She was taught by Mrs. Gurupyari, Mrs. Elsa Anthony, and Mrs. Beena Mohan. Next, we have Anukirtana KL, who was taught by Mrs. Lakshmi M., Mrs. Salina, and Mrs. Sureka. I request Anukirtana's father to receive the award. All the three science teachers on the stage. A proud moment. Next, we have Jessie Salu. Her teachers were Mrs. Lakshmi M., Mrs. Elsa Anthony, and Mrs. Beena Mohan. Mrs. Lakshmi and Elsa, please. And then we have Ria Samsher, teacher who mentored her, Mrs. Lakshmi again, Elsa Anthony, and Mrs. Beena Mohan. We have two students who have secured 100 marks in social science. Anukirtana KL, may I request her father to receive the award on her behalf. She was taught by Mrs. Asha Rani, Mrs. Tasneem Fatima, and Mrs. Meenakshi S. Next, we have Diya Satish Kumar, who was taught by Mrs. Tasneem Fatima, Mrs. Zarina Begum, and Mrs. Neha. We also need to award Isha Imtihaz for getting 100 marks in science. Her teachers were Mrs. Guru Pyari, Mrs. Salina, and Mrs. Sureka. Ladies and gentlemen, these brilliant girls deserve a big round of applause. Thank you. Over to Jayashree ma'am.
Dear all, if it was girls' power in action, we are not to be left behind. We are equally good. In the toppers amongst the boys section, grade 10 Zain Qasim with 97.8%. I call upon Zain Qasim. He's our boys' side topper. A few points less than girls, but nevertheless, we will see in grade 12. Moving on in the second place is Rishikesh Ravindra Pathe with 97.4%. And in the third place is Abid Ahmed with 97.2%. Big cheers, please. This is coupled with all the exertion on the sports ground and then the academics. Moving on to 100% scorers in grade 10, CBSE Arabic, we have Pranav Jyoti from grade 10A, 100% in CBSE Arabic. May I also call upon the teacher, Mr. Abdul Fazal. Great moment for the teacher and the student. A perfect 100 score in CBSE Arabic. And we also have a Rayan Munawar of grade 10A with a perfect score of 100%. May I request sir, kindly stay on stage. Oh, that's two from the same class with a perfect score of 100%. Moving on to mathematics, we have again Pranav Jyoti from 10A with 100%. I call upon the teacher, Mrs. Prasanna Kumari Siddharthan, kindly share the moment on stage with our chief guest, receiving the honor of 100% in mathematics, Pranav Jyoti, and his mentor, Mrs. Prasanna Kumari Siddharthan. That is after several hundreds over the years that we still have ma'am around here. Congratulations. We move on to Zayan Qasim from 10B for 100% in mathematics. The mentor, Mrs. Sylvia Sequeira. Congratulations, ma'am. And Zayan for a perfect score in mathematics. We also have that Zayan sharing the proud moment with his teacher and our chief guest. We also have Rishikesh Ravi Drapathe with a 100% score mathematics. I call upon Sir Mr. M.A. Hussain for training and mentoring the boy for his commendable achievement. I request Sir to please stay on as I call upon Siddharth Pai from 10H, who has also been mentored by Mr. Hussain for his commendable score of 100% in mathematics. Superb achievement. We move on to 100% score in science, starting with Zayan Qasim of grade 10B. I call upon the teachers, Mrs. Radhika Nair, Mrs. Sini Susan Sam, and Mrs. Arpita Bawal. The teachers who have mentored Zayan Qasim for his commendable achievement, 100% score in science. I request the teachers to stay on as I call upon Imad Rahman of 10C, who has also been mentored by the same set of teachers, Mrs. Radhika, Mrs. Sini Susan, and Mrs. Arpita Bawal. Shouldn't we give a big round of applause for this winning team of teachers? Let the magic repeat year after year for more and more of these hundreds. Thank you, teachers. We move on to Spandan Vivek Chakravarti for 100%. We also welcome his teachers, Mrs. Shamima Abubekar, Mrs. Vaishali Vinit Joshi, and Mrs. Prema Govindan. Congratulations, Spandan, and his very distinguished set of teachers who have helped him get his 100% score. I request Mrs. Shamima Abubekar and Mrs. Vaishali Joshi to kindly stay on as I call upon Siddharth Pai of 10H for 100% in science. This is Mrs. Shamima Abubekar, Mrs. Vaishali, and Mrs. Bhagwati receiving their certificates of honor for their hard work and diligence. This is amazing performance on and off the class and on the ground. A brilliant performer even outside class, in extracurricular activities as well. He has distinguished himself in various aspects. We now move on to honoring the long and meritorious service of our staff. They have lent their years of hard work and endurance to be part of this great institution. We begin with felicitating the service of none other than the man with a mission. It's been just 5 years. It's our pleasure to invite on stage Mr. Abdullah Mudumaule, Treasurer and Secretary to the Board of Governors, Mr. Sharad Bandari, Mr. Sharad Bandari, Member Board of Governors, and Mr. Muralidharan, Member Board of Governors. Kindly come on stage, sir, to honor the staff with their awards for their distinguished service to the school. Let's give a round of applause for our distinguished members of the board who have joined us to honor the teachers with their service awards. We begin with a matter of just 5 years, but the volume of work that has been accomplished and the legacy that he has created in the span are already milestones in the history and progress of Abu Dhabi Indian School. It's my pleasure to welcome our principal, sir, to receive the service award for 5 years. I also welcome our coordinator, ma'am, who is always on her toes, ensuring 100% student engagement in diverse learning activities and looking into the nitty-gritty of every event in the school calendar with her microscopic lens. It's our pleasure and honor to present the service award to our principal, sir, and coordinator, ma'am. Big round of applause, dear parents, for all the opportunities that are created for our children at school, as well as elsewhere outside the campus. We thank you, sir and ma'am, for the initiatives and the courage and the grit that you show and you take. Thank you so much. Moving on, we have Mr. Asainat Parakil, a strong pillar of the Department of Islamic Studies. He's also Senior Boys Staff Secretary, who is ready to initiate any act that's of common good to all of us. Congratulations, Mr. Asainat Parakil, for your service award for 5 years. Moving on, we have Mrs. Fikra Abu Mohammed, teacher, Arabic section from the Middle Girls, vibrant and dedicated staff member, believes in meeting with all her responsibilities and commitments with the land. Congratulations, ma'am. Moving on, we have Mrs. Beena Marie James, a willing teacher dedicated to all her pursuits and always working steadfast for the betterment of her students from the Middle Boys section, Science Department. Congratulations, ma'am. We have next Mrs. Ashwati Mithun, mother teacher, grade 1 and 2, member of the exam cell and performance standard 1. She always does a commendable job in whatever is allocated to her. Congratulations, ma'am. We move on to Mrs. Vinita K. Amanat, highly enthusiastic, vibrant, and committed teacher, a member of the Department of English from Middle Boys section. She is the ever-present, lively teacher, ready to do any work at the drop of the hat, any moment of the day. Congratulations, ma'am. Mrs. Sridevi Sarma Perry,
a focused, valuable member of the Department of Math from the Senior Girls section. Next, Khadija B, a capable and diligent teacher. Khadija G. Mrs. Haifa Ahmed, a dutiful and reliable teacher. Mrs. Ruweda, HOD, Department of Arabic, an active member of the Red Crescent Club. Mr. Naga Prashant, a vital member of the Transport Department known for his punctuality. Mrs. Asha John Matthew, an empathetic teacher who teaches math in the primary boys section, dedicates her time to teaching to make math interesting for students. Mrs. Darli Jiju, a meticulous and obliging member of the accounts department. She ensures that all the fees are collected on time. Mrs. Baby Mallama, a friendly, adaptive member of the supportive staff from the primary boys section.
Mrs. Prabita Dilip, lab assistant, senior boys section, committed and sincere to making lab work an enjoyable experience for our boys. Mrs. Arpita Bawal, member of the science department, senior boys section. She's the heart and soul of the Department of GK. Although we don't have a department as such, but she does her very best, bringing all of us together under one umbrella, the general knowledge. Keen to do any task assigned to her. We are proud of your work, ma'am. Mrs. Elza Anthony, chemistry teacher, senior girls section, the coordinator of Red Crescent, with her team has brought in many laurels for the school. Mrs. Amal Shobi Mahmood, enthusiastic and soft-spoken, the USST teacher from the middle girls section, committed to enhancing UAE identity and values in her students. Mrs. Madhumita Vishwanathan, a silent but sincere, hard-working teacher, dependable and devoted member of the mathematics department from the primary girls section. Mrs. Chitra Pavitran Melet, member, senior boys mathematics department, quite efficient and organized in maintaining our records of attendance for the section. Commendable task indeed. Thank you, ma'am. Mrs. Lakshmi Manmadhan Anish Babu, the lively, chirpy member of the physics department from senior girls section. It's high time she unraveled her multi-talents in the school campus as well. Just let's wait along for another few months. Mrs. Priyanka Suman, the motivating and inspiring teacher from the boys section. She is always ready with a smile to encourage and support her students all through.
Thank you, Jayashree. Now we are going to felicitate staffs who have served the institution for 10 long years. To begin with, Mr. Rajesh B. Pillai works in the transport department, are careful and cautious of his duty. He's a regular person to take our school teams to various inter-school competitions, always ready to help beyond the school hours. Here comes the Friday man too, Principal Sir. Works meticulously in the front office. He's quick and efficient in his work. Please welcome Dilip Pujari. Mrs. Jyoti Gupta, Coordinator of English for Grade 2, a multi-talented personality, much loved by her students. Mrs. Nisha Samir, a systematic system analyst who is passionate about her work. Here comes Anu Gupta, a lively English language teacher from the senior boys section, multi-talented, always ready to help people. Mr. Parshottam Singh works in the ADIS transport section, ensured that the students get their books delivered at time during the pandemic. Mrs. Veena Sasidaran, in charge of lab senior girls section, ensures that the lab is safe and well equipped for the students for their practicals. Mrs. Kakali Sen Sharma, she is not here on due to medical grounds. We'll move on. Mrs. Shushma Rani Duggal, she leads the Department of Hindi in the senior girls section, very efficient and sincere. Ma'am coordinates a lot of literary activities to promote Hindi language. Mrs. Zubeen Parveen, yet another member from the Department of Hindi from the middle boys section. She tries to instill the love for language in her students. Mrs. Jabasali Aida, Head of Department of Physics from the Senior Boys section. She is the heart and soul of Timetable Committee, reliable and efficient in her work.
Thank you, Divya. We move on to felicitating staff who have served the institution for 15 more years. Mrs. Uma Gopi, senior member of the Faculty of Commerce in the Senior Boys section. Although known as a strict teacher, Uma ma'am is much loved and adored by her students. Thank you, ma'am. Moving on, Mr. Abdul Fazal Aurangzeb, member, Senior Boys, Arabic Department, soft-spoken and gentle in his ways, but he ensures 100% results in his subject. Congratulations, sir. Mr. Maqsood Ahmed Mohammed, yet another member of Senior Boys Arabic Department who has created innumerable 99s in his class, but yes, unfortunately missed the 100 target. One of the loudest cheer teacher in the boys section. He's also a member of the exam cell. Moving on, we have Mrs. B.S. Asharani, head of the Department of Social Science from Senior Girls section, meticulous member of the exam cell, hardworking, diligent. Mrs. Renu Sinha from the Department of Hindi, middle boys section, sincere and hardworking, who always does her best for her students with a smile. Mrs. Sushila Gopkumar, unfortunately on medical grounds, ma'am is not here. We're moving on. Mrs. Farah Rahman from the Department of Hindi, middle boys section. She is a talented singer as well, who often is found training our boys for music performances from the land of Lucknow, where the purest form of Hindi is spoken. Mrs. Pratya Tripathi, our popular librarian from the girls section, who takes a sincere interest to stock up our library with the latest editions, always ready to help our students. Mrs. V.S. Lalita, our lab assistant from senior girls section, ever ready to help our students in their practical classes. Mr. Joby Matthew. This is Lalita ma'am from the senior girls lab assistant. Mr. Joby Matthew, the discipline in charge from the mathematics department senior boys section. He ensures 100% discipline in the block, as is within his class. Thank you, sir. Mrs. Bhagavati Subramaniam, diligent science teacher from senior boys section. She is also an earnest and diligent member of the exam cell, known for her meticulous work. Moving on, we have Mrs. Hufrish Parekh, senior teacher from the economics department, coordinator Prakriti, Environment Club, actively involved in all extracurricular activities, doubling as French teacher in times of need. She is well known for her social skills, closely interacts with our students. Moving on, Tisha Mariam Matthew, meticulous member from the mathematics department, senior girls section, in charge of the exam cell, actively involved in the timetable work, takes her stress load always with a smile. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you, Jayashree. Now we are going to felicitate the staff who have served the institution for 20 years. Mrs. Tasneem Fatima, geography teacher from the senior girls section. She brings alive the world of maps and global topography to her classes. She is known for her strict approach within the class, which ensures student success. Okay. Next we have Mohammed Hussain, Mr. Mohammed Hussain, member of the senior boys section from the mathematics department. Mr. Hussain is well known for his print-like handwriting and an efficient teacher who is also a member of the exam cell. Well, we have Mrs. Sharon C. Thomas, math teacher from the senior girls section in charge of the CBSE board exams, well known for her obsession for systematic and precise work. Here comes Mrs. Preeta Varghese. Yeah, the cheer speaks about the personality. The go-to person of all administrative work. She is a seasoned French teacher and she's always ready to help people in need. Congratulations, ma'am.
Moving on to felicitating the staff who have served the institution for 25 plus years. We begin the list with Mrs. Prasanna Kumari Siddharthan, the senior teacher from the Department of Mathematics boys section. Her energy and enthusiasm for work is simply palpable. She revitalizes the class so much, inspiring her students with maths but more than that, values of life. She is fondly remembered for the many hundreds that she has secured for her students. Congratulations, ma'am. Mrs. Annie G. Phillip, mathematics teacher from the middle boys section, meticulous and diligent member of the exam cell, as well as tireless worker. She is the backbone of her section. Congratulations, ma'am. Mr. P.G. Pradeepan, the right hand in our Vice Principal Sir's office, a sincere employee. He efficiently discharges his duties, always ready to help out when times of need. Mrs. Vijay Kumari Aloysius, our senior most teacher of the pre-primary section, committed to training her students in sports activities. She is an expert in chess and has often trained many a team for inter-school competitions.
Thank you, Jayashree ma'am. Now, we are going to felicitate the one and only one staff who has served the institution for 35 long years and more. She is present with us. She is a middle girls section science teacher, unassuming, quiet worker, passionate for her subject. She has taught many generations with her immense knowledge about historical legends, which she rightly quotes in the context. This is none other than Mrs. Parvati Sai Narayanan. It is a privilege to have Mrs. Parvati Sai Narayanan amongst us. Put your hands together and please.
Thank you so much, sirs, for joining us in distribution of the service awards. No words can thank our chief guest, who has spent so much of time with us, distributing and honoring the students first, followed by the staff members. And a big thanks to all your audience. Now we are all ears for our chief guest. Over to you, sir, for your message to us on this occasion.
Good evening. The most respected founder chairman, my dear friend, Mohan Jashanmal Sahab, my colleagues in the board, Mr. Abdullah Ji, Treasurer and Secretary to the board, Muralidharan Ji, Mr. Sharad Bandar Ji, our KSC President, Krishna Kumar Sir, Abu Saleh, principals of various schools, Vice Principal, our Letty Thomas, Mrs. Letty Thomas from Alwatwa, Principal Sir, respected Neeraj Bhargava Sir, respected Vice Principal Tata Sir, Vice Principal, Headmistress, Headmaster, members of the SLT team, and our charming lady, Mary Matthew. I don't know whether Mary Matthew, madam, she doesn't want to leave ADIS or ADIS does not want to leave Mary Matthew. She is always with the Abu Dhabi Indian School because she has got love in her heart. And we really miss your voice, madam, during annual day and convocation programs. We really miss your voice. Parents, teachers, and my dear students. Principal has given a very big speech, very nice speech, very good speech, and he did not leave anything for me to speak here. Give me a big hand. And also our head boy and head girl, given the school report. Very good school report. The entire credit goes to principal, vice principal, headmaster, headmistress, all the teachers, of course, our parents. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. School is running with the help of principal, vice principal, teachers, and with the support of the parents. I wrote a big speech, but I don't want to read this speech We are already running out of time now. Congratulations for all the students who scored above 90, below 90. My God, what a marks they got. Congratulations to all the teachers, those who have completed 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 25 years, and 35 years. Give them a big hand. With this, I conclude my speech. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul. No one who achieves success does so with the help of others. The wise and the confident acknowledge it with gratitude. It is now time to invite our Vice Principal, Sir, to deliver the formal vote of thanks.
A great educationist said, "Real education fetches you more than a job. It teaches you to live. It cannot be measured in any tangible way." It's an enduring tradition to take time to pause, turn around to look at the fruitful year gone by, achieving both the expected and the unexpected, while setting various milestones and then synergizing ourselves to move ahead to face the challenges in the coming year with a positive attitude. First of all, I sincerely thank the Almighty for all the best blessings bestowed upon us to celebrate the annual day for the past academic year 21-22 today after a long gap of 3 years. Honorable Chief Guest of the evening, Mr. Sarvotam Shetty, Coordinator, Education and Sports Committee, Sri Mohan Jashanmal, Founder Chairman of the Board, distinguished members of the Board of Governors, Mr. Abdullah Madhumule, Treasurer and Secretary, BOG, Mr. Sharad Bandari and Mr. Murlidharan, members of BOG, Mr. Abu Saleh, Director, Cedra Foundation, distinguished board members of various organizations, Mr. Krishna Kumar, principals and vice principals of Abu Dhabi Indian Schools, and our beloved Mary Ma'am, guests, parents, senior leadership team, staff, and my dear students. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Firstly, I would like to extend my deep sense of gratitude and pay respects to the father of the nation, late His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, may his soul rest in peace, and the second president, late His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, may his soul rest in peace, and congratulations to the new president of UAE, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, and the ruler of Abu Dhabi, and to all the other rulers of other Emirates, for their care and guidance, love and affection being extended to the entire Indian community. Annual Day is totally a reflection of the significant accomplishments displaying the outstanding progress of the school. It is truly a testament of the excellent support rendered by our beloved Chairman, Sir Dr. Yusuf Ali MA, Padma Shri recipient, along with the Board of Governors. We sincerely thank you all, as we always derive strength and inspiration from your dynamic leadership and guidance. One tree can start a forest, one word can frame a goal, one candle can wipe out darkness. A true leader has a confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and compassion to listen to the need of others is an art. And who does not set out to be a leader but becomes a special person by the equality of his action and integrity of his intent. This is none other than our beloved principal, Sir, Mr. Neeraj Bhargava. Please give a big round of applause to Sir. Thank you, Sir, for everything you do for the school. Leadership is lifting a person's vision to high heights, the raising of a person's performance to a higher standard, the building of a personality beyond its normal limitations. I would like to place on record my deepest appreciation and gratitude to my senior leadership team comprising of Mrs. Smriti Bhargava, Activity Coordinator, Mr. Sheikh Alauddin, Headmaster, Mrs. Uma Maheshwari, Headmistress, along with the supervisors, Ms. Mehamdi, Mr. O.V. Saijan, Mrs. Shani George, Mrs. Sirla Sebastian, Mrs. Lata Ashok, Mrs. Jayanti Menon, and Mrs. Rachna Vora, KG Administrator, along with the Administrative Officer, Mr. Bennett Dimello, for extending their unconditional support and cooperation in the day-to-day administration of the school. The dream begins with a teacher who believes in you, who tugs and pushes and leads you to the next plateau, sometimes poking a stick called the truth. With the fear of COVID-19, along with the socio-economic challenges and stress, you teachers have done a commendable job. We salute and thank each and every one of you for your noble struggle and sacrifices. And these words are truly from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, teachers. Tiny seeds make boundless harvest. Drops of rain compose the showers. Seconds make the flying minutes, and the minutes make the hours. I, on behalf of the school, would like to congratulate all prize winners for leading the way in attaining many great accomplishments. Dear students, your work and achievements are recognized and honored by every member of the school. Thank you for bringing these distinctive, delightful gifts, which assure us that you will all join hands to meet the emerging challenges and will continue to contribute towards making ourselves and yourselves ADIS more dynamic, responsive, sensitive to the future demands. Thank you. Education is the shared commitment between dedicated teachers, motivated students, and enthusiastic parents with high expectations. Parents, you being the first teachers, have the potential to play an immense proactive role. You, dear parents, are like the proverbial complementary wheels of progress. You are the beam of support for all the efforts taken. I sincerely thank each and every one of you. I must mention my deep sense of appreciation to all our non-teaching staff, admin staff, for their involvement and willingness to take on the completion of tasks beyond their comfort zones. Last but not the least, I express my heartfelt thanks to the dedicated and committed team of the support staff and transport staff for their excellent support in ticking the school clock with precision. Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude, and gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. I conclude my vote of thanks with a quote which goes like this. You keep moving forward, opening new doors and doing new things, because curious and being curious and having curiosity keeps leading us down the path. Thank you. God bless.